Hey, I'm Mish.
I'm Mills, and this is mish&mills.
What's going on, people? Week 3 is over. It's in the history books. We're on to week 4. Super excited. Didn't really turn out the way we wanted to for week 3, but...
Sorry about my Vikings, guys. I think they'll recover a little bit. I wouldn't expect that every week. I think we looked too far ahead to Thursday night's game and kind of forgot about the Bills.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, that was... let's not talk about it. As he said, week 3's in the history books. Let's move on to week 4. We have a lot of good matchups to exploit.
Yeah, we do. We have some really good matchups. We're excited to do our hits and misses. We're going to share with you guys the bad, the good, the great. Yeah, so let's dive into it. Let's go explore.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. So we are going through our section of hit and miss. Hit and miss.
It's hard for you to do it.
I just
got to press up, and I'm good.
Fair enough. Yeah, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan in a shootout. Hope you double down on that over bet.
Lots of points in that game.
Yeah.
Superman! Cam Newton! Always consistent. Deshaun Watson, also a beast. We got the MVP, possibly so far, Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean...
And then R.I.P. Jimmy G. Yeah, good last outing, though. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Kamara running... Kamara and McCaffrey both had... McCaffrey, by the way.
Yeah.
About 200 yards rushing. That was beast.
Who said he can't run it? Who said he can't run it? Saquon Barkley, every game so far he's played in the NFL, getting us over 20 points. Awesome. Kareem Hunt, Melvin Gordon, and Jordan Howard put up some decent outings.
Yeah, they're primary workhorses on their team, so kind of not surprised there.
This is a surprise, but you heard it on our video. Rob Woods.
Yep. Robert Woods. Big time.
Yeah. One of the few Vikings that showed up, Adam Thielen. Michael Thomas has been killing it all year.
Yeah.
OBJ made a comeback. He's back. Had some Funchess with Devin Funchess. And who knew that Sanu, besides us, who said it, would show up?
Yeah, and he did show up. And then we got Travis Kelce back in that roulette format with Kansas City and all their weapons that they have.
It seems like he's always the best tight end, though. Have you,
yeah,
it's so good.
Well, and then Kyle Rudolph, he went sledding, and Eifert, doot doot doot. Zach Ertz, I thought he would have a bigger outing, honestly. I thought Ertz would have a big outing, especially.
It was still good for a tight end, though. He put up numbers for a tight end.
He did.
He maybe doesn't get the toots like Eifert did from you, but he did well.
And, I mean, we'll show you some of our misses as well.
Ew!
Yeah.
Why, Kirk Cousins? Why would you do me like that against Buffalo? And then Bortles.
Yeah. I mean,
Thompson, what? And then Philip Lindsay.
He got ejected.
I mean, whatever. It still pissed me off.
Yeah.
Diggsy.
Cooper? Oh, my God.
Ebron didn't do too much. And then Ingram got knocked out. Yeah, he got injured. We'll give him an excuse for that.
Yeah, I mean, overall, on our misses, these are players that could potentially show up. I mean, besides Bortles and Lindsay, I feel like everyone else should have had a fantastic game. And then Ingram obviously got injured, but
yeah, you can't blame him 100%. Yeah, the Cousins and Diggs one, I think, hurt a lot of people.
Yeah, and Chris Thompson. I mean,
yeah, what the what?
AP stole
the show.
He stole the show, without a doubt. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our week 4 breakdown, people. Are you ready? We are.
So we're going to start with our quarterbacks. We look at the 8,000 and above first. We got Drew Brees, 8,700. Tom Brady, 8,600. Aaron Rodgers, 8,500. Matt Ryan, 8,100. And Mish, who do you like in here?
Brees, I mean, he's the highest salary guy, but totally worth the investment.
He's been on fire.
If you're looking to ride the hot hand, this is probably going to be your way to go. But personally, I'm probably going to go with somebody lower because I just don't see the Saints throwing as much.
I think we agree on this one. It's Matt Ryan, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I'm going Ryan on this one. Only because it's against Cincinnati, who's allowed so many touchdowns passing.
And it's a home game. Matt Ryan kills it in that dome. Yeah, man. In the home games, he always tears it up. Yeah. Me personally... I don't know about Tom Brady. He has to prove it to me. I mean, he's proven that he's an elite quarterback to me at this point in my life, but obviously. But I don't know if I like him against Miami this week at that price. Aaron Rodgers, I wouldn't let what happened to my Vikings last week really concern you. I think Aaron Rodgers will have a good game, especially in Lambeau. So I'm not against that pick either.
Yeah, the only thing with Brady and Rodgers, these are two of the best quarterbacks in the league. But for the price that they're at, I don't see the return on investment on
this you got to look at matchups too, because we don't care if they win or lose the game. We want them to be throwing it a lot, and I like the matchups with Breeze and Matt Ryan a lot.
Yes, absolutely. And then Phillip Rivers, well, the 7,000 and below, basically. So we have Phillip Rivers, we have Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Dalton, Luck, Stafford, Wentz, Eli, and Nick Foles and Derek Carr. Interesting there.
Lots of people in that range.
There are, and a lot of good ones as well. What are you thinking on this one?
Deshaun Watson. I really like Deshaun Watson against Indianapolis. Their defense hasn't really proven anything to me, anything to fear at least. And Deshaun Watson's been playing really well the last couple weeks.
He has, but and also coupling with that is the pressure is building to get a win. I mean, out in Houston, they're 0-3, and if it's going to happen, it's going to happen on Watson's shoulders. It just has to. I look for him to have a big game this week. Maybe a 4-touchdown game. This might be his week.
Yeah. Also, like in this range, Andy Dalton. I think that game in Atlanta is going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be a lot of throwing, and at 7,400, you can get a quarterback that is going to be airing it out all game.
Yeah, and Andy Dalton is similar like Matt Ryan. I feel like when they come up with their game plans on a week like this, where it's two offenses that love to throw the ball more than run the ball, honestly, Andy Dalton is a good pick as long as A.J. Green's back.
Yeah, right. Watch out for that. If A.J. Green plays, he's a great pick. If he doesn't, buyer beware. I wouldn't still be 100% against it, even if A.J. Green doesn't play, but I'm not going to be as happy about it. I'm probably going to go somewhere else if he doesn't. Yeah,
the pick that I really like in this category is Phillip Rivers. I mean, he's proven, but especially this week because that offense is going to have a lot more time on the field.
Well, Sherman's out too, right?
Yeah, and
he's not playing. San Fran is they're I feel bad. You see Jimmy G in there.
Yeah.
That's actually my only concern with Phillip Rivers is that they're just gonna have to run the ball and not have to worry about it.
There's that. Yeah, there could be that. But the other part that I'm looking at is
he's gonna tear him up. You're right.
Yeah, he's gonna absolutely destroy him because San Francisco's offense now, we don't even know how long they're going to stay on the field.
Right.
They might only have like 3 or 4 maybe 5 or 6 possessions for the entire game. The rest is all going to be the Chargers, and they love their taking shots deep too. So
yeah, I mean, definitely early in the game too. San Fran's defense wasn't that great, and Richard Sherman's now out. And that was the one, defender that was showing up in the backfield. So I like that pick. Fitzpatrick has been on fire, guys. I don't know if I want to try to get some Fitz magic against Chicago, though, and Khalil Mack. How about you, Mish? How do you feel about that?
I mean, it could be Fitz magic or Fitz tragic. I just don't know yet.
It's one of the two.
Plus, Winston in the mix coming in. I don't think Winston's going to get the start, but in case he does, I'm going to sit out on Fitzpatrick this one. I mean, yeah.
Andrew Luck, you like him?
No.
Nah.
Straight up don't like
Matthew Stafford, maybe. I'm not going to do it. Wentz against Tennessee. Tennessee's defense has been playing actually pretty well.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind Wentz, but I'm probably going to just pay a couple hundred more.
The other person actually in this lineup, I do like Matthew Stafford. He's getting it going. He's getting it going, and this is where you probably want to actually ride the hot hand because he's at mild right now. You go from mild to hot. So he's on mild this week. I think it's going to be his week where he's going to be hot. I mean, red fire.
Scroll down, and I can't believe I'm saying this, guys. Eli Manning, 7,100. Oh my gosh! Don't shoot me for being the messenger. But against New Orleans, I know they have to score points. They're gonna have to score points, and he's gonna get opportunities. Their defense hasn't stopped anyone in the passing game yet. I think Eli and OBJ might have some fun with that. So I like Eli Manning at 7,100 this week.
Yeah, I think Eli is a good pick. You know why? Because that Saints rush doesn't get to him, and even though that Giants defense is. Giants offensive line is pretty crap, but if they can't get to him, and if he has time, dude, he has the weapons to make it happen. So I think Eli is that little sneaky pick.
I like that pick. Hey, it's cheap too, 7,100.
It is, and then under 7,000. Things get dicey.
Yeah, things get weird. You got Baker Mayfield. He looked really good, and he's playing a pretty bad defense. So if you want to risk it, it is still risky just because we haven't seen much. He looked great, though. I will say that. He looked really good. He was beaming it, guys. Like, he looked really good.
I mean,
so it could work.
I like Baker Mayfield this week.
Yeah.
Because they're playing a crappy Oakland team who in all honesty, they are hungry because they're 0-3 under the new head coach.
And they can score, so it's not like they're going to get up by a ton and not have to, try to keep up. So
I think Baker's going to have a big game this week. Not too big, but like a 20-point game if you want to just fill him in for some other big guys.
How about Tannehill? Tannehill's actually been pretty good so far, but if you look at the numbers, guys, he isn't really throwing it that much. He's just getting big plays, and I don't want to rely on that. If I don't have to, I don't want to go that route. I mean, it's definitely a tournament play. I could see it in there, but for cash, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm staying away from Tannehill because it's a division rivalry. And Miami New England games are so unpredictable. Like they could be then they're usually really close. Yeah. But it's just going to be tough to see. Well, it's gonna be high scoring.
I don't want to risk it if I don't have to. And then let's scroll down and see if there's anyone down below that maybe has interest. Rosen is starting. I'm not doing it. I mean, if you want to get real cute, Josh Allen somehow tore us up. Green Bay's defense isn't good, so. But
I mean, if there were points for hurdles, I feel like Josh Allen should be a must pick, definitely.
He would get some bonus points for it for sure.
Do you really?
No, he should. I said he would.
Say, there's no way. I didn't read that.
Yeah, you guys didn't know about this new hurdle point? No. So below this, I'm not seeing anyone. I don't know if you have anyone else.
I don't have anyone else. No.
Let's move on then. Let's go to running backs.
Let's run it to the running backs.
All right, guys, on to the running backs. 8,000 and above, we got Saquon Barkley at 8,000, Ezekiel Elliott 8,200, Melvin Gordon 8,700, and Alvin Kamara 9,100. I guess I'll start there. Alvin Kamara has been on point. This is the last week to use him by himself. Mark Ingram will come back next week. And I think they're going to use him a lot against the Giants, and I think he's going to take advantage of those opportunities. He is expensive, but if I can get Kamara in my lineup, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I think Kamara and Gordon are sure things. Week in and week out going forward. Well, besides Kamara for that, with Ingram coming in, still high production.
Yeah, even with him in there, he killed it. So
yeah, I like Zeke and Saquon this week, man. Zeke, he's playing against the worst rush defense, by the way.
They haven't been good.
Yeah. So I think he's going to have a much, much bigger role.
Yeah, and a lot of people won't play him just because of what he's been doing the past couple weeks. They're going to – I feel like Kamara, Gordon, and Barkley are going to be chalk. Like, a lot of guys are going to have him in, and not that you don't start them because of that. There's a reason they're going to be chalk. They're going to do very well. So Zeke could be that kind of sleeper play that – you wouldn't expect to be a sleeper, but he is.
Yeah, especially against a bad rush defense like Detroit. And then, Barkley, whether Eli has time or not, Saquon Barkley is going to be his check down.
He's going to have fun with New Orleans. New Orleans hasn't been stopping anyone, whether it's passing or rushing. Saquon Barkley could have a huge game this week. And we didn't really talk about Melvin Gordon that much, but Melvin Gordon could, even if the game script slows down, he's going to be running the ball. So, against San Fran, I like that a lot.
Yeah, and then 7,000 and above, on that other range, we have is Fournette, David Johnson, Tevin Coleman, Jordan Howard, and that's kind of basically the gist of it. So
Joe Mixon's he says he's out. Yeah, he's not going to play. So in here, who do you like, Mish?
Coleman. That's the only one I like. One reason why Jordan Howard's going against Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay, their run defense is pretty decent, pretty good, and he didn't have a great production against Arizona last week. So I think Tevin Coleman is going to probably get a lot more action because he just hasn't created that much, I guess, that many points per se and yardage, and with the amount of time he's had on the field with Freeman out. So
yeah, it could happen this week.
Yeah, I think Coleman's gonna have a big week.
Not in a cash lineup, guys, but David Johnson in a tournament. At some point, he's got to turn. Like, the offensive coordinator for the Cardinals has to realize that you have one thing that is worth a damn, and it's David Johnson. And it could be this week. He could just feed him the rock. I mean, Josh Rosen's going to be out there this week. He might do a lot of dump down passes, being a rookie and not wanting to aim downfield too much. And we all know how talented he is. I wouldn't do it in cash, but in a tournament, if you're trying to get like a sneaky player that no one else is going to be playing, I would go that route, but that's the only route I would take that. And then how about Jordan Howard against Tampa Bay? Not liking it?
No.
I wouldn't be against it. I'm not like I'd rather pay down for some guys, to be honest, but I'm not against it.
Yeah, and then under 7,000, we have Carlos Hyde, Jay Ajayi, Lamar Miller, McCoy.
Well, real quick, don't forget Devontae Freeman, and this affects the Tevin Coleman thing. He is questionable. Just a heads up. So he could come back. I don't think he's going to, but he could. So Tevin Coleman, keep that in mind with what Misha's saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I don't think he's going to play. But if he does, just,
definitely
weigh that into consideration.
Breida, Lynch, Crowell, Carson, Bernard, Drake. I mean, there's a big list here, so let's start off from the top here. Who I'm making this week is Carlos Hyde.
Yeah.
Especially with Baker Mayfield, rookie in that pocket there. I think
they're going to try to run it.
It's going to be run heavy and then passes here and there to kind of.
And it's not a good defense.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game plan.
You can run on the Raiders, no doubt.
Yeah.
And I think Carlos Hyde is going to run on the Raiders. Yeah, I completely agree with you.
He runs so aggressive. I love it.
Ajayi, I'm not going to do it. I don't even know if he's going to play. And I'm just not going to take the Q tag at that price, right?
Ajayi's actually set to play this week. So
he probably will. I'm still not going to do it.
Yeah. There's too many running backs in that backfield.
And I just don't, and then they might try to ease him in because he's somewhat injured, and they might not need to against Tennessee even use it. Like, it's not worth risking it, in my opinion.
Absolutely. What do you think about, I'm not going with Miller, but Breida,
maybe.
He is questionable. But I would love to put on Breida would probably be a great pick. Now, if he doesn't, got a sleeper for you. Alfred Morris, baby.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. Who is it? Beathard is now the starter for the 49ers. If I recall correctly, last year when he was out there, he would do a lot of dump-off passes to running backs. He didn't really air it out. He would do a lot of dinks and dunks. And that would help Breida in a PPR format. So, I mean, that's why I'd be for it. Yeah. It's risky because we don't know what to expect 100%. But, yeah, I could see him showing up. Actually, I like Marshawn Lynch. Skittles, y'all. I'm bringing the old man out. I think against Cleveland, they're going to be able to push the football. You saw what Crowell did last week against them. Beast mode, guys. I like Marshawn Lynch at 6,400.
Well, you like Marshawn, I like Carson. And that's going back to Seattle, baby.
Oh, yeah, and that terrible Arizona rush defense.
Yes, and especially because, I don't see him getting 32 carries like last week, but I do see him having a decent load, enough to make a dent into that.
Yeah, and they switched up some guys on the offensive line. They switched up like the rotation, and it actually worked for him last week. The first couple of weeks, it was really bad. And it actually looked like it was working for him very well against the Cowboys. And the Cowboys actually have a pretty good defense, guys. They're not terrible. So it wasn't like they were playing an awful defense.
Yeah.
I like Gio Bernard. If Mixon is out, which I think he is, Gio Bernard against Atlanta could be out there getting a ton of catches in a shootout. I like it a lot at 6,400.
Yeah, I think Giovanni Bernard is going to be a big hit here. Other than that, personally, I know James White caught a touchdown.
Not
but
for the price, though. Like, they upped this price now. It used to be a good pick. Not for what you're getting.
You know who shows flashes of, like, awesomeness is Peyton Barber.
I mean, for like the 4 yards he gets.
Yeah, but he does.
I'm great. Right there. The shortest flashes you've ever seen.
I mean, if they keep feeding him
He's
the ball,
due for a game though.
What are you kidding me?
Against Chicago though?
50 times yeah. But if Chicago comes on strong on pass rush, then hey, it might not be a bad idea to hand the ball off on a draw. I mean.
Yeah.
Every other down.
Any given Sunday, guys. Any
given Sunday. But that wraps up the running back category here. So
well, let's scroll down. Let's see. I'm gonna mess it up if I do it. So
no, you're good. I mean,
I just want to see maybe no. Kerryon Johnson showed up last week. Dallas does have a good defense. Don't get me wrong, but maybe a sneaky play.
100-yard rushing, man. First time since 2014 or something?
For a Detroit Lion, He rookie showed up. And on to wide receiver.
On to the wide receivers.
The 8,000 and above, we have Michael Thomas at 9,000. DeAndre Hopkins at 8,600. Odell Beckham also at 8,600. Julio Jones, guess what? 8,600. AJ Green, 8,500. Keenan Allen, 8,100. And ending out the 8,000 range is Devontae Adams at 8,000. I will get us started with the obvious Michael Thomas. Dude is getting so many targets. It's like the only guy they throw to besides Kamara. He's killing it. And until that stops, I will never say not to start him. And I'm not worried about New York Giants defense. So a safe play, expensive, but a very safe play.
Yeah, I mean, I think Odell Beckham Jr. is going to have a big game.
Yeah.
He hasn't hit the end zone once so far.
And he put up 100 yards last week. He's had, two back-to-back weeks, I think, with 100-something yards. He's doing well, and it's going to be a shootout in that game. It's going to be high-scoring, probably.
And he's Eli's favorite target, besides Saquon Barkley.
No Evan Ingram either. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and then also Devontae Adams. I'm not picking on the Bills, but I think last week was just a fluke. But Green Bay's hungry to get their season rolling, get some wins, get over 500. That's why Aaron Rodgers is playing even despite an injury. So, I mean, I think he's going to go big.
If AJ Green does play, I wouldn't be against it. Against Atlanta, I don't know if he's going to, and honestly, I am a little concerned if his groin's messed up to even pay for it. Julio, I like Julio, except for Calvin Ridley destroyed last week. I think everyone thought that was going to be Julio Jones.
I'm still going Julio.
I know. I won't say no to it. And then DeAndre Hopkins, I feel like I'm waiting on that game. And against Indianapolis, it could be that game. He's overdue for a big one, and I don't know if everyone is going to pay up for him. So that could be a sneaky tournament play.
Absolutely. And then 7,000 and above.
What about Keenan Allen? What do you think? Against San Fran? Guys, I wouldn't be against that either. I don't know about you, but I would.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah.
I like that.
Secondary is not that well, so, definitely a good pick there. Definitely a good pick. As far as
7,000 and up?
Yeah, 7,000 and up. We have, it's just a short list, but we have Jarvis Landry, T.Y. Hilton, Will Fuller V, and Mike Evans. Personally, I do like Landry.
Oh, yeah.
I love Landry in this matchup. In that range, yes, he is my number one guy. And only because, Baker Mayfield this is his guy. And this is going to be a scrappy game. He's got to get the ball to Landry. And this is the perfect matchup.
Guys, we've said it 5 times. Oakland's defense is not good.
Yeah.
I like that too. T.Y. Hilton, I could see breaking free for one at 7,300. I wouldn't mind that. Same with Will Fuller. Will Fuller's it seems like he gets like a 70-yard touchdown every game he plays.
Yeah, back-to-back 100-yard games. And
it's all like one catch every time.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So that's a hit or miss. But
him and Deshaun Watson have something going, though.
Ride the hot hand.
Yeah. I like Hopkins, too. Like I said, either one. It's a good stack with Watson. We already said we like Watson, so I would throw one of them in there with them. You always got to stack it up. So.
Yeah, last week, honestly, the touchdown that Will Fuller caught, Hopkins caught, but he got called back.
Hopkins had 2 called back. I have him on fantasy like season long. It was so frustrating. He had 2 of them called back. So but if you had Will Fuller, you didn't mind it. Yeah,
good stack. Yeah. And then 6,000 and under. Golden Tate, Tyler Lockett, Chris Hogan, Amari Cooper, Alshon might be back this week. Deshaun Jackson, Marvin Jones Jr. We got Josh Gordon, Edelman.
We got a lot of guys.
There's a lot of guys, so we'll start from the.
We'll just kind of go through the ones we like. How about that?
Yeah, that will definitely.
Golden Tate's always a PPR machine. He gets a ton of targets usually, so not against that. I would actually maybe Amari Cooper, guys. I said this 2 weeks ago after he had a bad week. If no one else is going to play him, I kind of like throwing those guys in my lineups. I like catching them after the bad week and then getting them in the good week when no one else has them. So
yeah, I like Amari Cooper because week 1 disappeared. Week 2, balled out. Week 3, disappeared. Let's hope this is a trend and week 4 he shows up.
Yeah, and no one else is going to have him.
Yeah. I mean, and then we have Deshaun Jackson.
The Bears defense scares me. I don't know what it is. Even as well as he's been playing.
I mean, but if he gets a little bit of time, and it's Fitzpatrick in the backfield,
he'll burn you deep.
Yeah.
That's how he does it, and he's always been able to burn anyone that covers him. So it's definitely doable.
I mean, that's a hit or miss. But a more sure pick on my end that I'm liking is Allen Robinson.
Okay.
From Chicago, yeah, because Trubisky's gonna want to get the ball out pretty quickly, and Robinson is his guy. Even if he wants to go deep, he's gonna have a little bit more time than he did last week. So, even Arizona's not a good defense, but still.
You got Ted Ginn, I guess. If you want to stack with Drew Brees, and like if you want to do like a Kamara, Drew Brees stack, and you want to pay down and not pay up for Michael Thomas also or something, Ted Ginn. Yeah, he might get one for you. He tends to get a touchdown here and there. Yeah. Who else do we got? Yeah, if you don't mind.
We got Fitzy. We got
Stills. He might get that deep one. I don't mind him. I like Mike Williams and Calvin Ridley also.
Yeah, those are so last week. Yeah, Mike Williams, 2 TD game.
He's been doing well.
Calvin Ridley, 3 TD game. So
I think wasn't it 4?
Who?
Calvin Ridley.
I think he had 3.
He might have had 4, dude.
He had 3.
Regardless, he destroyed.
Yeah, he still killed it. Either way.
Yeah, so I'm happy with him regardless. Actually, down here too, it's 6,200. Yep. When Evan Ingram is not in, Sterling Shepard gets a ton of targets.
Yes.
And just in PPR format, I don't mind that because he's going to get, if he gets 7 catches, and that's 7 points, and then whatever else he does with the yards and possibly a touchdown, I'll take it.
Absolutely. Godwin. So he drops so many passes, dude.
Yeah. I'd rather pay down here for Boyd. Okay, Tyler Boyd, guys, at 5,800. If AJ Green doesn't play, everyone's gonna have him in their lineup. Put him in yours too, though, because he's gonna have a great game against Atlanta, especially if AJ Green isn't in there. I think he'll do well regardless. But if AJ Green is out, he's gonna get some points.
Yeah, I mean,
what else?
Jordy Nelson had a
he killed it last
game last week. I mean,
I don't trust it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Something in me is just like, no, dude.
It's a tough one.
You can do it though. Yeah, I don't blame you for doing it if you do it. I'm not gonna do it. Geronimo Allison's been kind of sneaking around and getting those big touchdowns. And against Buffalo, guys, I don't know what happened to my Vikings. I swear we just looked ahead to Thursday, didn't even game plan for that game. That has to be it. And
there's no way you guys.
Green Bay's gonna do game plan for them though. And yeah, I think Geronimo Allison can put up some numbers
this week. If you're gonna really pay down, I'm liking Brandon Marshall. Okay. Against Arizona, he's a big physical receiver, and I think he's gonna dominate that secondary. And Russell Wilson's gonna have a little bit more time than he has in the last couple of weeks. So I think Brandon Marshall's gonna have at least a decent game. Yeah. I like him.
What else do we got below here?
Galladay.
Oh, yeah, Galladay. I almost missed him. Galladay's been getting a ton of targets.
Yes,
I think he's kind of taken over that Marvin Jones role that Marvin Jones has had for the last few years, and he's racking up PPR points. So, yeah, definitely a good price at 5,800. I like Galladay. I'm glad you said it. I almost missed him. Yeah. Anyone else down here? No, not that I'm feeling myself. How about you?
No, not. I don't see anyone else.
Keep going. Let's see if we can't find you guys someone like super sleeper, maybe. Sanu. That's not
like
a
we
bad
mentioned
pick.
last week. We mentioned Sanu and Martavis Bryant last week. Just as a throw in there, last minute kind of thing. I mean, I'm just surprised Kelvin Benjamin hasn't showed up yet.
Yeah, right. Against Green Bay, you could.
Yeah.
All about how Josh Allen does, right?
Yeah.
And maybe Ryan Grant against Houston, just because they're going to have to score, and there's not many options out there besides Ryan Grant, T.Y. Hilton. Doyle might come back this week. That will kind of maybe hinder him a little bit.
Yeah.
But if Doyle doesn't play, I do like Ryan Grant.
Yeah, Grant caught a touchdown last week.
Yeah.
I mean, so he was sneakily in there, and he doesn't get as many targets. So if you're really trying to pay down on someone,
you got to save money somewhere, right?
Yeah.
That might not be a bad option.
Yep. But that pretty much wraps up that wide receiver core here so far on my end.
Keep going.
Unless you're liking somebody.
Not really, not yet. I'm just hoping that maybe someone pops up. No, let's just give it a rest. Let's go to tight ends.
I'm gonna go one guy.
Okay.
And this is not because I'm an Eagles fan.
Oh god.
But Jordan Matthews,
the Eagles fan.
4,800. I mean, he's a steal, honestly. And
depends. If Alshon Jeffrey plays this week, I'm not for it.
But he's going to be wide receiver number 2.
Number 3.
But
Aguilar.
He's going to be in the slot where he naturally was playing before, and that's where Wentz was catching him all the time. But then he has Ertz as well, so
I'm not against it if Alshon doesn't play. Mish is for it.
Yeah, I'm for it if Alshon doesn't play.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we're on the
Alshon
same
doesn't
page. If
play.
Alshon doesn't play, go that route. I'm not going to do it if Alshon does play.
Yeah, if Alshon plays, that's going to be a sketchy pick.
Yeah.
But if Alshon plays, go Alshon. Definitely.
All right, let's go to tight ends.
Let's check out the tight ends.
And now for tight end, starting, there's only one above 8,000. It's Gronk. It's Gronk. He hasn't done enough for me to pay that much, guys. For me, I'm not gonna be down on it. It's Gronkowski. He's possibly the best tight end, if not the best tight end.
The player that gets double teamed on every time New England plays. It's against Miami, division rivalry. I'm staying away.
Zach Ertz, 7,000. I like it.
I like it.
I like it against Tennessee.
Especially when that's Wentz check down guy.
Yeah. Wentz obviously favors him. He showed it week 1. And I'm not his week 1. Week 3. But yeah, he's an Ertz fan, and it makes me an Ertz fan too. Besides the fact that Mish likes the Eagles.
Yeah.
Jimmy Graham, 6,000.
Why is he priced at 6,000? It's confusing me why he's so high priced.
It's because Aaron Rodgers and the potential. Yeah.
I mean, one week somebody does great, the price just jumps up. 3 weeks in a row, shitty performances, the price is still there. It makes no sense. But
yeah, Kittle at 5,000 now. Just because I don't know how Beathard's gonna do with him. I gotta see what I'm paying for before I pay for it.
The tight end mix this week is so sketch.
It is weird. It's odd.
Yeah.
OJ Howard 5,600. He's been doing really well with Fitzpatrick, but against Chicago, I don't know why Chicago is making me not want to start any of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But
besides maybe Mike Evans, who's
yeah.
But other than that, I don't. OJ has had great games. I just don't see. I'm not going OJ Howard.
I could see Trey Burton doing something at 5,600 against Tampa Bay. I mean, you saw Vance McDonald put up numbers. Most of it was on one catch, to be fair.
Stop.
Yeah, well,
that stiff arm was something mean. Oh my god, that was straight out of Madden, bro. I mean,
that was crazy.
Is this WWE? Is this pre-planned? This guy just got slammed down, dude. It was crazy.
He ended somebody's career.
So sad.
But yeah, Trey Burton could have a really good game against Tampa Bay. I wouldn't be against that at 5,600.
You run.
Yeah, especially if Doyle doesn't play.
Yeah.
5,500. I would like that. Jared Cook gets tons of targets. He should have had 2 touchdowns. He got to the 1 twice last week. At 5,400, I like Jared Cook. Ricky Seals had a touchdown last week. I'm not going to start him with Josh Rosen. I don't know.
Disley?
Yeah.
No, he didn't get much of a target last week against.
He's been on point though. I like Disley.
Well, just last week, he didn't really have any impact. But other than that, he did. And then Njoku. I like Njoku, especially with Baker Mayfield in the mix.
Yeah. He actually did target him pretty well. More than Tyrod was.
Tyrod, I don't think he targeted the ground more than anyone, or the sideline. But
here's one for the fans.
Yeah, man, just handing away balls. I think he probably signed them before he snapped it. But anyhow,
souvenirs.
I think Njoku is a good play on tight end this week, especially with Oakland. I don't see him matching up in that middle, that linebacker spot. Their secondary is decent, but their linebacking crew. Sketch.
How about you like Benjamin Watson?
No.
Me either.
There's too many options. There's too many weapons. Like you said earlier.
If Jack Doyle plays, I won't be against it. I'd rather go Austin Hooper against Cincinnati. It's in Atlanta, and Atlanta does very well in Atlanta. I can go for some Austin Hooper at 4,000. Old man Antonio Gates. What do you think?
No go for me.
Ever since he stopped taking PEDs, I'm done with him.
That was so petty. Uzama? How do you say his name?
I'm going to skip some guys because we're not even going to try that name. Let's go Tyler Eifert, the other Cincinnati tight end. I'd rather have him. Huh? Is that why he's priced higher than Tyler Eifert right now?
Yes, which is pretty crazy. I said earlier.
Take advantage of it, guys. Go Eifert. 4,600. Save yourself $100. I'd rather go Eifert. And if AJ Green doesn't play, Andy Dalton's going to have to feed it to somebody. It's going to be Tyler Boyd, and it's going to be Tyler Eifert.
Yes, the Tylers. The Tylers are taking over.
Yep.
I think we're done on the tight ends.
Scroll. Let's see. Let me give you guys my punt option for the week. I always like I told you guys last week I like to punt one every week and just hope for gold and not really care about it. Can you scroll up? Because I still don't see anyone worth punting. I want to go let's go low. Keep on keeping on.
Cameron Brate.
That could be one.
You gonna pick someone on the bench?
Do we have when does Baltimore play? Are they in this?
They're not. No.
It sucks. How about
mental evaluation like Everfred Griffin over here?
Let's go. Shoot, guys, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty weak. This is gross. What am I looking at? Virgil Green. I'll say him again this week against San Fran.
You heard it here live.
Don't do it, but if you need to pay down drastically, maybe.
Drastically.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're trying to get a fantastic defense on your team, Virgil Green's your move.
Play with caution, guys. Don't expect anything.
Or you can leg it with Jordan. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Yeah, he's averaged. He's somehow priced higher than Virgil, and he is averaging 0 points a game.
That's impressive.
All right, start this guy just because he's earned his win.
0 points and has more value.
Don't start him. I have no idea who he is. How does this guy work his way up?
That's great.
All right, whatever.
Anyway. Done with the tight ends. We're going to jump into those defenses.
We'll fly through it.
Quick rundown on that, and then go from there.
So real quick with defense, I will say myself, Chargers at 4,400 against Beathard and the 49ers. Probably my favorite pick of the week when it comes to paying up. How about you?
I'm going the Bears.
Okay,
Bears. I like the Bears, yeah.
Against Tampa Bay. They've been on fire, though. But I get where you're coming from. They get a lot of sacks.
Yes. Which can result into picks.
You could do Green Bay versus Buffalo, although Buffalo made our defense not look like they're elite last week. But I think that was game plan more than anything. Mm-hmm. No, not Houston, not Oakland. Unless you could, I guess if you're not a believer in Baker Mayfield, you could go Oakland. I do think Baker Mayfield has a lot of potential, so I wouldn't.
Absolutely.
Dude, it's starting to get
the Browns
ugly. You like the Browns?
I like the Browns
against Oakland.
Against Oakland.
Okay.
I mean, Oakland's offense hasn't clicked, so it doesn't even give me any reason to think that they're going to do great anymore. I mean, they're just not clicking, and I think the Browns really have a shot at solidifying themselves as a good defensive team. So, Cleveland.
How about Detroit?
Zeke is going to have a field.
Yes, sure, yeah.
He'll
do Detroit. Who's below him? Anyone else? Is that the bottom of the list?
The bottom of the list. Remember, the Bills were at the bottom of the list last week.
True. And against Aaron Rodgers, though. How about this? Super sleeper, guys, and only if you want to risk your whole week in one pick.
Okay, San Francisco.
No, I'm not. I was going to say Miami against New England. Their defense hasn't been awful, and New England hasn't looked as good as they normally do.
Yeah, I think Brady's really pissed. I mean, he's either going to come out and...
You know what? But if Josh Gordon comes out here, I don't know if you guys want to do it. I wouldn't do it, guys. But if you want to pay for the rock bottom of defense and save as much money as you can, maybe that.
Yeah, that might not be a bad play, honestly.
No.
But division rivalry, there's a lot of different factors.
It's risky. It's risky, but if you want to pay rock bottom,
hey,
you got to do it with somebody.
You got to do what you got to do. I mean, there's only two teams, Buffalo and the Dolphins. I'd go Dolphins. Yeah,
if I was gonna pick one of the two bottom ones, it'd be the Dolphins.
Yeah. But that does wrap it up here for us. Hopefully, you found some great nuggets in our clips here, and we'll go ahead and just roll on out to our outro.
Thanks, guys, for watching. We hope you liked the video. We hope you win some more money with us. We've been on a roll all 3 weeks. We're coming out on top. Let's make it 4 in a row. And let us know in the comments what you think, or if there were any players that we didn't name that you might like.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a pleasure, and we love the support going on forward here. An increase in views. Hopefully, we can get some more subscribers. So
please do.
Yeah, definitely. And our new Twitter, it's at @Mills_Mish. You can just search mish&mills, and we're getting some pretty decent following there as well. So we're looking to engage in some conversations and just have something productive all the way around and encourage each other in the DFS community. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe. We love y'all.
Thanks
Have
for watching.
Fantastic week 4.